Have you ever wondered what truly matters as we grow older? Is it still the same friendships and social circles that defined our younger years? Or does something shift, guiding us toward a more peaceful, introspective existence where the quality of our relationships, rather than the quantity, take center stage? In this video, we explore how aging brings clarity, reshaping our priorities and deepening the relationships that truly nourish our souls. You'll learn about the subtle yet profound shift in priorities that happens as we age, how the pursuit of external validation fades, making way for a stronger connection with ourselves and our loved ones. We'll delve into the freedom that comes with self-reliance, showing how old age offers the opportunity to embrace solitude and reflection as sources of fulfillment and peace. Discover how, in this stage of life, the true value of friendships changes. It's no longer about having a wide social circle. It's about cherishing the deeper connections that bring joy and meaning. We'll also touch on the power of family and community in old age, showing how these bonds provide a sense of continuity and belonging that helps us navigate this final chapter of life with grace and purpose. If you've ever wondered how aging can be a time of transformation, not just in the body but in the heart and mind, then stay with us until the end. This video offers a beautiful reminder that, as we grow older, the most important relationship we cultivate is the one with ourselves, and the deepest connections we forge are those that truly enrich our lives. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Understanding the shift in priorities. As we age and approach the twilight of our lives, there is a quiet but profound transformation that takes place within us. A deep, soul-stirring shift in what truly matters. The things we once held dear begin to change, as if time itself has gently guided us toward a deeper understanding of who we are and what we truly need. When we are young, friendships often serve as a cornerstone of our identity. They offer a sense of belonging, a network of support, and a shared space where we can laugh, cry, and experience life together. These bonds are vital, especially when we are searching for our place in the world. But as the years pass, we start to realize that the landscape of our priorities gradually shifts, like the slow turning of a tide that we can't always explain, but feel deeply within ourselves. With the passage of time comes clarity, and with that clarity, a profound wisdom that allows us to view life through a lens we could never have imagined when we were younger. We begin to see that the urgency we once felt to please others, to fit in, or to maintain relationships out of a sense of obligation slowly fades away. The noise of life, which once seemed so loud and all-consuming, softens as we grow older. Our focus, once outward, begins to turn inward in the most beautiful, life-affirming way. This is not a retreat from the world, but rather a deep realization that the most meaningful connections are not always external. They are, in fact, within us. I've come to realize, in my journey, that there is incredible peace to be found in solitude. There is beauty in simply being with yourself, in the quiet moments of reflection, and in rediscovering the small joys that once passed us unnoticed. In the later stages of life, we start to understand that our time and energy are not limitless. There is a subtle yet powerful awareness that not all relationships deserve our attention or investment anymore. Friendships, which once seemed so vital to our happiness, might no longer hold the same place of importance. This isn't to say that friendships no longer matter, but it reflects a deeper truth. Our inner world becomes fuller, richer, and more self-sufficient. We no longer crave the validation of others. We've already lived through so much, the joys, the heartaches, the growth, and the lessons, that there's no longer a need to prove ourselves. Our worth is no longer dependent on what others think of us or how much we fit into the molds they have created. It's at this stage of life that we can fully appreciate the relationships that matter most. For many, bonds with family members, whether it's the phone call from a child, the laughter of a grandchild, or the quiet comfort of a spouse take center stage. These connections, unlike the fleeting friendships of youth, are often grounded in deep love, mutual respect, and shared history. They fill your heart in ways that a casual friendship never could. They are profound and enduring, and speak to your deepest needs. These moments of connection feel like an affirmation of the life you've lived, a reassurance that you've created something meaningful and beautiful through the people you've loved. As we age, we also find ourselves reflecting on the friendships of the past. Some of these friendships have lasted a lifetime, standing the test of time and weathering the storms of life. Others, however, have faded with the years. And rather than feeling sorrowful about the loss of these connections, there's often a profound sense of gratitude for the experiences they gave us, the lessons they imparted, and the joy they brought to our lives when we needed it most. These relationships are like chapters in a book, each one contributing to the story of who we are. But there comes a point where we no longer feel the need to keep adding pages to those chapters. We can look back with love and appreciation for what they were, and let them rest in peace, knowing that they served their purpose. This shift in priorities is not about abandoning human connection altogether. On the contrary, it's about embracing a different kind of connection, one that is more meaningful and profound. It's about finding joy in the small, intimate moments of life. It's about realizing that your worth, your happiness, and your peace are no longer tied to the number of people in your life or how often you socialize. They are rooted in something deeper, the sense of contentment that comes from knowing and accepting yourself. They are found in the quiet strength of knowing that you've lived well and that your life has meaning, not because of how many people know your name, but because of the love you've given and received. The older I get, the more I understand that life's truest treasures aren't found in maintaining a wide circle of acquaintances or constantly keeping up with the crowd. No, the real treasures are found in cherishing the intimacy of your journey. There is freedom in this realization. It allows us to let go of the pressure to stay connected to everyone, to keep nurturing friendships out of a sense of duty, or to measure our worth by how many people we know. Instead, we come to understand that the most important friendship is the one we cultivate with ourselves. It's a relationship built on acceptance, understanding, and, ultimately, peace. This is the beauty of growing older, the ability to reprioritize, to focus on what truly nourishes your soul, and to live each day with a sense of purpose, peace, and gratitude. Friendships may have once been a defining chapter in your life, but now the story is about you. Your reflections, your joys, and the quiet strength of simply being. This phase of life is about embracing the beauty of who you are, accepting the journey you've taken, and trusting that the love you've shared, the wisdom you've gained, and the peace you found will carry you through to the end of your days with a heart full of gratitude. 2. The freedom of self-reliance. There comes a sacred moment in life, often in the later years, when the burdens of external expectations finally begin to fall away. It's as if a weight is lifted from your shoulders, and you realize that the pressure to maintain friendships, relationships, or social obligations that no longer resonate with your soul can be gently set aside. In those quiet, reflective years, you come to understand a profound and liberating truth: the freedom of self-reliance. This isn't about isolating yourself or shutting out the warmth of companionship, but rather about discovering and embracing the immense reservoir of strength, wisdom, and joy that resides within you. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Throughout life, we often seek validation from others. We look to them to fill the empty spaces inside, to offer us comfort during our darkest moments, and to reassure us that we are not alone. As we age, however, something remarkable happens. We start to realize that, in facing and overcoming the countless trials, heartaches, and triumphs of our lives, we have developed an inner resilience, one that doesn't rely on external forces to define our worth. Those challenges, the losses that tore us apart, the small victories, and the hard-earned lessons, each one of them has shaped us, building a strength that no amount of outside validation can replicate. And the greatest realization of all as the years pass is this: we are enough, just as we are. Self-reliance in later years is not an act of rejecting the people around us or denying the need for connection. Far from it. It's about coming to terms with the richness of your existence. You have spent decades accumulating memories, both joyful and sorrowful, each one a thread in the tapestry of your life. You've developed wisdom, honed skills, and learned to navigate the world with grace and confidence. You've experienced joy and heartbreak, triumph and failure, and through it all, you've learned to stand tall and remain anchored in your truth. With this kind of inner wealth, self-reliance is not only possible, it is deeply satisfying. You begin to experience a quiet, yet undeniable confidence, a peace that comes from knowing you do not need to look outside yourself for fulfillment or validation. As the years unfold, the nature of friendships often changes, sometimes in ways that can feel painful or disorienting. The emotional complexities, the misunderstandings, and the inevitability of loss, whether through illness, death, or simple drift, can weigh heavily on the spirit. By embracing self-reliance, you free yourself from the emotional burdens that can come with these shifting dynamics. This doesn't mean you close yourself off from others or retreat into isolation. Instead, it means that you learn to choose where to invest your emotional energy, carefully and intentionally. It means protecting your peace and acknowledging when it's time to step back from relationships that no longer serve your highest good. This is not selfishness, but an act of deep self-respect and self-care. It's about honoring your well-being, permitting yourself to walk away from relationships that drain you, and allowing yourself the grace to create space for the things and people that truly nourish your soul. The gift of self-reliance also opens up a new world of self-discovery. With fewer external demands and distractions, you have the opportunity to reconnect with the things that bring you true joy. Whether it's immersing yourself in a favorite book, tending to a garden, painting, or taking long, quiet walks in nature, these solitary pursuits are not signs of loneliness. They are a celebration of your independence and the deep fulfillment that comes from within. In this stage of life, you realize that your own company is not only enough, but also precious. You have spent decades building a relationship with yourself, learning, evolving, and ultimately becoming your most steadfast and reliable companion. Now, in this quieter phase of life, that relationship blooms into something extraordinary, a profound sense of peace, contentment, and resilience. This is the true gift of self-reliance. It's not about living a life devoid of others, but rather living a life where you are empowered to thrive on your terms. You come to understand that you are not only capable of surviving on your own, but you are also more than capable of flourishing. This freedom allows you to experience life with greater authenticity, knowing that you don't need anyone to define your worth. You are enough, and you always have been. The journey of self-reliance is a beautiful, lifelong unfolding of the deep love and acceptance you have for yourself. And that, above all else, is what truly brings fulfillment. 3. Quality over quantity. As the years unfold and life progresses, one of the most liberating and powerful truths about aging becomes undeniably clear. Life is not measured by the number of friends you have, but by the depth of the connections you treasure and nurture. With time, the desire to belong to large social circles or to maintain a long list of casual acquaintances loses its grip on the heart. Instead, there arises a profound yearning for authenticity, for genuine companionship that transcends superficial interactions. This transformation in perspective brings a sense of peace, a quiet acceptance that the true richness of life lies in the people who stand by you, not in the sheer number of faces you encounter. In the later years of life, quality triumphs over quantity, and this truth feels like a breath of fresh air. The friendships that once defined your earlier years served as mirrors, reflecting not just who you were but also the person you were striving to become. They helped you navigate the tumultuous seas of life's challenges, offering support, laughter, and a sense of belonging. But with the wisdom that time bestows, you come to understand that authentic connection does not demand a crowd. It flourishes in the quiet moments, in the exchanges with those who genuinely see you, hear you, and respect you for who you are, not for who you're supposed to be. It's no longer about the number of people you call friends. Instead, It's about those few precious individuals who make you feel seen, heard, and valued in a way that no social gathering ever could. It's about those who understand your silences, those who offer comfort without needing to say a word. This shift from quantity to quality is not just natural. It's a profound and necessary evolution, a reflection of growth and a deeper understanding of what truly matters. Maintaining a wide network of friendships can be draining, especially when those relationships are superficial or lack depth. And as you age, your energy becomes one of your most valuable resources. Why waste it on relationships that offer little in return? It's only natural to want to conserve that energy for the people and experiences that genuinely fill you with joy. No longer do you feel the pressure to attend every social event, to keep up with the expectations of acquaintances who offer nothing beyond fleeting pleasantries. Instead, you find solace in nurturing the connections that bring you peace, comfort, and deep joy. Embracing the value of quality over quantity also means allowing yourself the grace to let go. Friendships that once felt vital may no longer serve you in the same way. This is not a failure. It's a sign of growth. The beauty of aging is that you begin to understand that letting go of certain relationships opens up space for reflection, for cherishing the memories of what was, without feeling the burden of maintaining something that no longer adds value to your life. There is a profound joy in discovering that fewer friendships often lead to richer, more meaningful ones. When you no longer spread yourself thin across countless relationships, you gain the time and energy to invest wholeheartedly in those who truly matter to you. These are the friendships that require no effort to sustain, where silence is not awkward but comforting, and where shared moments, no matter how small, hold a significance that words often fail to capture. The pursuit of quality over quantity is not just a choice. It's a testament to the hard-earned wisdom that comes with age. It's about acknowledging that your time and energy are precious and choosing to spend them on relationships that nourish your soul, rather than drain it. Whether it's with a lifelong friend who has shared your journey, a family member who understands you like no one else, or even in the quiet peace of your own company, focusing on depth and authenticity becomes one of life's most profound rewards. In the end, it's not about how many people are in your life. It's about the love, understanding, and respect that fill the relationships you hold dear. This is the beauty of aging. You discover that the richness of life lies not in the quantity of connections, but in the quality of the bonds you have carefully cultivated. 4. Cherishing solitude and reflection. In the stillness that often accompanies old age, many of us come to realize something deeply profound. Solitude is not a barren space to be feared or avoided. It is, instead, a sacred sanctuary, a refuge that holds the potential for true healing and understanding. The quiet moments, often spent in solitude, offer a rare and precious opportunity for reflection. They become a time to journey inward, a time to pause and breathe, to look back on a lifetime that has been filled with triumphs, struggles, joys, and heartaches. In these moments, we are invited to revisit the path we've walked with deep gratitude and a sense of peace, understanding that every twist and turn, every sorrow and joy, has shaped us into who we are today. Solitude, when viewed through this lens, is far from being synonymous with loneliness. No, solitude is an incredible gift, a space in which to reconnect with ourselves after years of being swept up in the demands of others. For so much of our lives, we've been shaped by the expectations, needs, and desires of those around us. We've often neglected our hearts, pushing aside our dreams and aspirations to fulfill the role society has set for us. But in the calm embrace of solitude, we have the chance to return to our hearts, to remember who we are, and to reconcile the person we've become with the person we once hoped to be. It is in these moments of quiet introspection that we can find peace with the past. The memories we once tried to suppress, both the beautiful and the painful, come to the surface, not as burdens, but as vital parts of our story. We sift through these memories gently, understanding that each one, whether it brought joy or sorrow, was necessary. It was through these moments that we learned, we grew, and we became the individuals we are today. And in that understanding, we find a deep sense of forgiveness, not just for others, but for ourselves as well. We can forgive the mistakes, the regrets, and the missteps. We can appreciate the lessons they taught us. For many elderly individuals, this is a time of profound emotional clarity. In solitude, we find the courage to confront unresolved emotions, the pain we've carried for years, the hurts we've never truly healed from. And it is through this process of reflection that we are finally able to gain closure. The wisdom that comes with this introspection is nothing short of transformative. It gives us a quiet confidence, a contentment that comes not from external validation or approval, but from the deep understanding of who we are at our core. It is a confidence that blooms quietly, like a flower unfolding in the warmth of sunlight, as we come to realize that we are enough, flaws and all. But the beauty of solitude doesn't end there. As we embrace this time of self-reflection, we discover that it also opens the door to creativity and self-expression in ways we may never have imagined. Without the constant buzz of external demands, the chaos of modern life, or the pressure to meet expectations, we are given the rare freedom to explore the passions and interests that may have once been put on hold. For some, it may be painting; for others, it could be writing, gardening, or simply taking long walks in nature. These moments of self-engagement, though seemingly small, are deeply fulfilling. They remind us that joy isn't always found in the presence of others. It often blooms from within. Moreover, solitude invites us into a spiritual realm that many of us may have neglected during busier years. As we step away from the noise and distractions of daily life, we can reconnect with a higher purpose, whether through faith, nature, or something greater than ourselves. In these quiet moments, we often find a deep sense of peace, a peace that transcends worldly relationships and the fleeting companionships that come and go. It is in solitude that we may truly come to understand that we are part of something far bigger than ourselves, and this realization fills our hearts with a sense of purpose and belonging that no earthly relationship could ever provide. To cherish solitude is to practice an act of profound self-love. It's an acknowledgement that being alone doesn't equate to being lonely. Rather, it's an invitation to rest, to heal, and to rediscover the beauty that lies within the simplicity of life. It's about allowing yourself the grace to be at ease with who you are, without the pressure to be anything other than yourself. In solitude, you are free to embrace your own company, find joy in your thoughts, and recognize that you are more than enough, exactly as you are. Solitude is not a punishment. It is a gift, a rare and precious opportunity to reconnect with yourself, to reflect on your journey, and to find a sense of peace that doesn't rely on others. It is in this stillness that we find clarity, wisdom, and a quiet joy that fills our hearts with contentment. And when we learn to embrace solitude, we learn that it is not in the company of others where we find our worth, but in the quiet, sacred space within, where we can truly know and love ourselves. 5. The importance of family and community. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. As we enter our later years, we often find that the bustling friendships of our youth gradually take a back seat, and in their place, the irreplaceable bonds of family and community step forward with an overwhelming sense of purpose and meaning. There's something deeply grounding and fulfilling about these connections, something that feels like home. Unlike friendships, which can come and go as seasons change, family ties and the support of a tight-knit community tend to stand the test of time. They offer not just companionship, but something far more profound, a deep sense of belonging and a continuity that wraps us in its warmth. Family, in particular, becomes the unwavering pillar of emotional support in the later stages of life. It's in those quiet, ordinary moments, the joy of watching a grandchild's laughter echo through the house, the tenderness in your child's eyes as they listen to your stories, or the shared silences with a lifelong partner, that the real beauty of life's journey is felt. These simple, precious interactions are unspoken affirmations of the life you've lived, of the love that's been shared, and of the legacy you've nurtured. They carry an indescribable fulfillment that no friendship could ever replicate. You begin to realize that every tender moment you've experienced has had a lasting ripple effect, one that touches the lives of the generations that follow. It's like seeing your life's work unfold before your eyes, each small act of love and care being passed down, each value instilled in your children and grandchildren, strengthening the ties that bind. These moments carry a weight of meaning and connection that is so rare in today's fast-paced world. They are not fleeting. They are eternal. In addition to the family, the community plays a vital role in keeping the flame of emotional well-being bright. The joy of a neighbor's kind check-in, the warmth of a familiar face at the local coffee shop, or the sense of togetherness found in a church group or senior center all fill an irreplaceable need for inclusion. There's something uniquely comforting about being surrounded by people who see you for who you truly are, without the need to impress or meet expectations. These connections may not always be as intense as the bonds of friendship, but they are no less valuable. They offer a steady, reliable support system that feels more like a gentle embrace than a constant demand. In a world that often feels increasingly isolating, the sense of belonging to a community becomes an anchor, reminding you that you are a part of something greater, something that stretches far beyond your individual life. Family and community, together, create a shared history, one that transcends time. The simple act of gathering around the dinner table, attending a local event, or celebrating beloved traditions doesn't just create memories. It strengthens the bonds that keep people connected across generations. There's a profound beauty in knowing that the tapestry of your life is woven into the stories of those who came before you and those who will follow. It gives life a sense of continuity and purpose that nothing else can provide. These shared experiences allow us to see ourselves not just as individuals, but as part of something eternal, something that cannot be undone. What makes these relationships so deeply meaningful in old age is their authenticity. As we grow older, we often shed the layers of pretense that once clouded our interactions. There's no need to maintain a facade. We no longer feel pressured to meet external expectations. Our family members and close-knit community see us for who we truly are, our strengths, our flaws, and all the wisdom we've accumulated through the years. In return, we offer them the invaluable gift of our presence, our stories, and most importantly, our love. The relationships that truly matter in old age are not about replacing the friendships of our younger years, but about prioritizing those connections that resonate most deeply with our hearts and souls. Family and community, in their purest form, become the heart of a life well lived. They provide companionship, a profound sense of purpose, and the peace of knowing that while our social circle may shrink with time, our capacity for love and connection remains boundless. These connections remind us that even as our world narrows, the depth of our experience and the richness of our relationships can grow exponentially. One of the most beautiful and liberating aspects of aging is the quiet freedom that comes with letting go of societal expectations. Throughout much of our lives, we are conditioned to chase after markers of success, career accolades, financial achievements, and an ever-expanding social circle. These expectations often dictate the rhythm of our lives, creating pressure to perform, measure up, and conform. But as we enter old age, we experience a profound shift. There is an indescribable peace that comes from realizing we are no longer bound by those external rules. In this stage of life, we find the courage to embrace what truly matters. The love we give and receive, the joy in the simple moments, and the peace that comes from knowing we have lived authentically, with heart and purpose. It is a freedom that few things in life can offer. A freedom to simply be, surrounded by the people and communities that have shaped us. Letting go of the expectation to maintain a large social circle is an incredibly powerful and compassionate act of self-love. It's a beautiful acknowledgement that life isn't a race or a competition to see who can accumulate the most friends or fill their calendar with endless events. It's not about proving anything to anyone or meeting the constant demands of others. Instead, it's about living authentically, tuning into your soul, and focusing on what truly brings you joy and fulfillment. When you let go of the societal pressures to be everything to everyone, you are finally free to reclaim your precious time, energy, and peace of mind. And that freedom, it is life-changing. This shift in perspective opens up a whole new way of seeing life. The once endless rounds of socializing, which might have once filled you with excitement and a sense of belonging, may now begin to feel exhausting or even meaningless, and that is more than okay. It's a sign of personal growth. As we age, we often become more attuned to our true needs, our innermost desires, and what genuinely nourishes us. Old age isn't just about physical decline. It's about the deep, soul-searching honesty that comes with time. If spending a quiet afternoon in your garden, feeling the earth between your fingers and the warmth of the sun on your face brings you more peace than attending yet another crowded social gathering, then that's where your energy should flow. Don't ever apologize for choosing a life that aligns with your heart and soul, no matter how different it may be from what others expect. Letting go of social expectations is also a beautiful way to embrace a deeper, more profound sense of self-worth. In our younger years, we often tie our value to the number of friends we have or the frequency of our social invitations. We equate popularity with success as if our worth is measured by how many people we can call friends. But in the later years of life, you come to understand something much more beautiful and powerful. Your worth is not tied to the size of your social circle or the number of events you attend. Your worth comes from your experiences, your hard-earned wisdom, the lessons you've learned along the way, and the love you give to those who matter most. These are the things that truly define you. You begin to realize that true richness in life isn't found in external validation, but in the quiet contentment of knowing who you are and what truly matters to you. Shedding these societal expectations is about embracing freedom. The freedom to live life on your terms, to make choices that are right for you, not for anyone else. It's about stepping into this beautiful chapter of life with the kind of confidence that only comes from a deep understanding of your life. No longer do you need to prove anything to anyone, and this gives you the courage to focus on what brings you true joy, peace, and fulfillment. When you live authentically, your life becomes a reflection of your innermost desires, and you begin to create a life that is both deeply meaningful and wholly your own. The clarity that comes from embracing this freedom is truly a gift, one that allows you to live with intention and purpose, free from the noise of external pressures. Of course, practical considerations as we age shape the way we engage with the world around us, including our relationships. Physical health, mobility, and energy levels inevitably change as we grow older, and these changes may make it more difficult to maintain the social habits of our younger years. But this doesn't have to be seen as a limitation. It's simply an invitation to redefine what connection and companionship mean to you. Aging isn't just a time of loss. It's a time of beautiful transformation, of finding new ways to connect and find joy in what's left. As our bodies naturally slow down, the effort required to keep up with a large network of friends may feel overwhelming. The energy you once devoted to maintaining casual acquaintances or attending large social gatherings is now better spent on nurturing what truly matters, those relationships that feed your soul, not drain it. This doesn't mean isolating yourself or retreating into loneliness. Rather, it's about simplifying, about honing in on what truly brings you joy and fulfillment. Smaller, more intimate connections, a heartfelt phone call with a loved one, a leisurely visit with a neighbor, or even an email exchange with an old friend, can be far more meaningful and manageable than keeping up with an endless social calendar. Another important consideration in old age is the emotional toll it takes. As we grow older, we inevitably face the loss of friends, loved ones, and peers. These losses are heart-wrenching, and it's crucial to allow yourself the space to grieve, feel the pain, and process the deep sorrow that accompanies each loss. While the shrinking of your social circle can be deeply painful, it also underscores the profound importance of cherishing the relationships you still have. It's a reminder to find comfort in your own company, cultivate a deeper sense of peace with yourself, and embrace the relationships that truly nourish you. Transportation and mobility issues can also impact your ability to socialize in the same way as you once did. Long trips and large gatherings may become less feasible or appealing, but this change can also be an opportunity to seek out closer, more accessible connections. Neighbors, family members, and local community groups can become more integral to your social life, offering companionship and support without the need for strenuous travel or exhausting events. These small, local connections can be more meaningful than you might realize. Ultimately, the beauty of aging lies in its invitation to release old expectations, simplify, and focus on what truly matters. It's about embracing the wisdom that comes with years lived and embracing the freedom to craft a life that is authentic, meaningful, and deeply fulfilling. It's okay to let go of the pressure to maintain a busy social life. It's not a reflection of your worth, but a reflection of your journey toward peace, clarity, and true self-understanding. Embracing the practical realities of old age doesn't signify surrendering the desire for connection. Rather, it invites you to redefine what connection truly means in the context of your current stage in life. The world is constantly evolving, and so are we. Technology, with all its brilliance, offers a beautiful way to bridge the gap between physical limitations and the heartfelt longing to stay close to the ones we love. A video call with a grandchild, a voice on the other end of a phone line, or a group chat with family members. These simple, yet deeply meaningful gestures allow you to stay engaged with those who matter most, even if you can't be physically present. In these moments, we realize that connection is not bound by distance or physical presence, but by the warmth we share through our voices, our faces, and the memories we create together. The truth is, these considerations shed light on a powerful realization. Old age is not a barrier but a transition, a passage to a new way of living, a shift in how we interact with the world. It's a stage that doesn't demand isolation or abandonment of our deep need for connection, but rather invites us to adapt with grace. By embracing these changes, we can continue to nurture the relationships that matter most while also prioritizing the health and well-being that we deserve. The word practicality often carries a sense of limitation, but in this context, it is a liberating tool, a means to simplify the complexities of life so that we can focus on what truly matters. The love we give and receive, the peace we cultivate, and the joy we find in simply being present at the moment. It allows us to shed the unnecessary burdens that weigh us down and make room for what brings us true contentment. Old age, in all its beauty, bestows upon us a priceless gift, the wisdom born from a lifetime of experiences. This wisdom is not something that can be bought or sold. It is a treasure, a legacy that holds immeasurable value, not only for ourselves but for those who come after us. In the later years of life, we come to realize that our most significant contributions to the world are not defined by the number of friends we have or the frequency of our social interactions. Instead, they are found in the lessons we share, the stories we tell, and the love we pass down to others. This wisdom, often acquired through hardship, triumph, love, and loss, becomes the light that guides others, illuminating the path to what truly matters in life. What makes this legacy of wisdom so extraordinary is that it is not something we consciously set out to build. It is the organic result of a life well lived, a life in which we have weathered storms, celebrated victories, and faced the complexities of human relationships. This accumulated knowledge becomes more than just personal insight. It becomes a gift to those around us. It's in these precious moments when we share our stories, reflect on the lessons we've learned, and offer our guidance that our purpose and meaning in life are solidified. For many, this legacy is most powerfully expressed through family. Whether you're imparting your values to your grandchildren, offering life lessons to your children, or simply being a source of comfort and perspective to those you love, your role as a guide becomes invaluable. There is something deeply moving about being able to offer wisdom to those who need it most, and it's this sense of connection that transcends time and space. The bonds we forge with our family, and the moments of understanding we share, create ripples that will echo through generations. However, the beauty of this wisdom is that it doesn't need an audience to be meaningful. It doesn't rely on applause or recognition. Even in the stillness of solitude, as we reflect on the journey we've walked, we can find profound peace and satisfaction. The act of writing down your thoughts, journaling your memories, or creating something tangible that captures the essence of your life, like a memoir, a scrapbook, or a photo album, ensures that your wisdom endures, even when your voice is no longer heard. It is in these quiet acts of reflection that your insights take root and live on. In this way, your wisdom becomes part of the world's collective memory. It serves as a testament to the idea that every life, no matter how long or short, holds lessons worth sharing. Your legacy is not measured by the breadth of your social circle but by the depth of your impact. It is reflected in the lives you've touched, the kindness you've shown, and the wisdom you've shared, which will forever leave an indelible mark on the hearts of those who come into contact with it. This stage of life is not about searching for new connections or desperately clinging to fleeting relationships. It is about celebrating the richness of what you have already given and the enduring light that remains long after you're gone. It's about cherishing the legacy you've created, the stories, the lessons, the love that will continue to touch hearts for years to come. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. As the years pass and your priorities and lifestyle shift, the very definition of connection itself transforms. It evolves from being about the frequency or intensity of interactions to being about the authenticity and meaning of those connections. This shift is, in many ways, one of the most liberating aspects of growing older. It allows you to find fulfillment not in the number of people you encounter, but in the depth of the connections you cultivate. It opens the door to finding joy in the simplest of moments, whether it's a quiet chat with a loved one, a moment of reflection, or just being at peace with yourself. These moments, though small in their outward form, carry profound meaning, reminding us that connection is not always about being surrounded by others, but about the bonds we carry within ourselves and the love that continues to grow even in our solitude. At this stage of life, connection takes on a deeply transformative, fluid, and spontaneous form. Gone are the days of constant hustle and the pressure to keep up with a frenetic pace of social obligations. Instead, the connection becomes something more profound, more meaningful in its simplicity. A kind smile shared with a stranger, a few warm words exchanged with a neighbor, or even the simple act of greeting someone at a local coffee shop can stir your heart in ways you never expected. These seemingly fleeting interactions, short-lived as they may be, have the power to fill your soul with warmth and remind you that true connection doesn't require time, it only needs presence. When you're fully engaged, when you offer your whole self to the people and experiences around you, you realize that connection isn't about how long you've known someone but how deeply you've connected in the moment. For many elderly individuals, nature becomes an incredible and almost sacred source of connection. There's something magical and undeniably moving about watching the sunrise paint the sky with hues of orange and pink, or listening to the rustling of the leaves as the wind whispers through the trees. Sometimes, the most profound connection happens when you simply sit in quiet appreciation of the world's beauty. The crispness of the air, the song of a distant bird, the gentle ripple of water in a nearby stream. These moments transcend mere words and touch something far deeper in the soul. They remind us that connection isn't always about human relationships. It's about our bond with life itself. We become one with the world, realizing that even in our solitude, we are never truly alone. The earth, the sky, and the very rhythm of nature are alive with the pulse of life, and we are part of that vast, interconnected web. As we grow older, connection also takes on a deeply spiritual dimension for many. There's a quiet beauty in this phase of life, an unspoken grace in moments of reflection, faith, or meditation. The external world often grows quieter, and with that stillness comes a deeper sense of belonging. For some, this may be rooted in faith, for others in personal meditation, but regardless of the path, there's a profound peace that comes with realizing that our connection to something greater than ourselves offers a wellspring of strength, purpose, and comfort. It becomes a source of light when life seems dim, a sanctuary in moments of uncertainty, and a reminder that we are part of something eternal. Redefining connection in old age doesn't mean pulling away or shutting oneself off from others. It means opening your heart to a broader, richer understanding of what connection truly is. It's about accepting that your worth and happiness aren't dependent on the number of people around you or on maintaining shallow connections. True fulfillment comes from the depth with which you engage with the life you have. Whether it's the love of family, the brief but touching encounters with strangers, or the quiet companionship of nature, these moments serve as proof that you are never alone. You are part of something so much greater, a beautiful tapestry woven from the threads of love, kindness, shared humanity, and the simple joys that life offers. As we move through our later years, life offers a rare and precious gift: the opportunity to embrace the essence of who we truly are. No longer burdened by societal expectations or the pressures to keep up with fleeting trends, we have the chance to live authentically. This doesn't mean shutting ourselves off from the world or abandoning friendships. It's about rediscovering the deep sense of peace and purpose that lies within us. It's about finding the courage to live in alignment with our true selves, without the need to conform to others' expectations. The freedom to live authentically is one of the most beautiful and liberating experiences we can have in old age. Old age isn't a time of loss. It's a time of liberation. It's an opportunity to shed the weight of superficial concerns and redefine what truly brings us joy. The richness of our lives isn't measured by the number of friends or the status of our social circle, but by the depth of our inner world and the quality of the connections we choose to nurture. It's about finding fulfillment in the quiet moments, in the tender exchanges with loved ones, or in the solitary spaces that allow for reflection and growth. Whether it's a deep and cherished relationship with family, a fleeting yet significant moment of kindness with a stranger, or the comforting solitude that allows us to reconnect with ourselves, every connection holds profound meaning. When we look at the world through the lens of wisdom, gratitude, and love, we find that every moment, no matter how small, is rich with possibility and purpose. Letting go of the need to prove ourselves, to meet others' expectations, or to chase fleeting approval brings the freedom to invest in what truly matters. In old age, we realize that the most valuable connections are the ones that bring peace, contentment, and the deep satisfaction of a life well lived, filled with moments of love, introspection, and quiet beauty. As we reflect on the deep connections that shape our lives, especially in our later years, it's clear that true fulfillment isn't about the number of relationships, but the quality and depth of the moments we share, whether with others or in solitude. We've explored how connection takes on new forms as we age, how nature offers us a sacred bond, and how spirituality guides us toward a sense of belonging beyond the physical world. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What have you learned from this reflection? Is there something that stood out to you, a lesson you're inspired to bring into your life? Please share in the comments below. Let's continue this conversation and support one another as we embrace the richness of life, no matter what stage we're in. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support helps us continue bringing meaningful content your way. Thank you for watching.